What is going on, guys? I am sorry for not making videos. Oh man, it's been a long time and I apologize. Sorry if I sound a little sick. I have been sick for the past couple weeks and it's been brutal. So those of you guys have been waiting for a podcast. That's right, you guys don't even know. Stay tuned, I'll talk more about the podcast we've got going on. But those of you guys that have been waiting for podcasts, I've been super sick. Nobody wants to listen to this voice in a podcast. But today, I'm talking to you about all this stuff. Do you guys want some free Pro XP stuff? Man, all this stuff I left in the car. Why, do you ask? Is there a bunch of shit on the floor? Stay tuned, guys, and we'll get right into why our car is stripped all the way down to bare nothing. Like my cool new seat. Stay tuned, guys. That's right, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys that have stuck around and didn't look elsewhere for some videos. And I'm bringing you some more stuff. I haven't had much time. Life's been crazy, and we say that all the time, but life has been nuts. So, with that being said, our 2021 race season was over. We ended up getting second place throughout the season with the help of many companies. So I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have everybody. Also, Rugged Radios, Kryptonite Products, Liquid Moly, RJWC, all these companies that have helped us out throughout 21 season. I want to give a huge shout out to you guys. But with that being said, 2021 is over. Now it's time for 2022. We raced Sportsman last season because our car was not built up enough for the Pro Turbo class, and we couldn't race Pro Stock because we have long travel, and Vora only offers Pro Turbo or Pro Turbo, or Pro NA, and then Pro Stock. They don't offer anything else. So Sportsman's were kind of where our build landed. Plus, we wanted to get, our stuff going, and it was our first season racing. But we're racing Pro Turbo this next year. At least that's what we hope for. I got to get a 30-gallon fuel cell in this thing, and I don't know if that's actually going to work out. So we're going to kind of see where it goes. But with that being said, the car is completely torn down. Taryn and I both tore this car down yesterday. Everything is coming off of it. Everything. I mean, the cage, I'm building a brand new cage for it. We're going to be probably building a new dash for this thing. And I'm going to relocate the Laurent system here to in front of me, and then this guy over here, maybe, so she can kind of keep track of all the stuff that's on there. Hopefully, if we could sell our boat right there. So somebody's coming to look at it tomorrow. Hopefully, if that sells, we're going to get a brand new CBR radiator. So the radiator is getting relocated from the front here over to the back. When I build the new cage, it'll have its mount for it and all that stuff with a new tire carrier and all that stuff. So this is all going to come out, and something new is going in. I want to basically tie this frame into here and then build off of this to make it look a little bit more streamlined and clean. And obviously I want to do, right now we're running 095 tubing for the cage, so I think I'm going to step it up to 120 wall. It's going to be a little bit heavier, which kind of sucks, but safety is everything. And I want to make sure that both Taryn and I, or whoever is in the car, is safe, because that is a huge deal. So we had a race in Fallon, and it was 108 degrees. It was so hot with the fans right here, and it basically not only heats up our shocks and makes our suspension super soft, it sucks, but it's pulling heat off of here into the firewall, and actually ended up melting my shoes, which is absolutely insane, and actually something that I never even heard of. But it produces so much heat when it's 108 degrees or anything over 100 degrees, and then you have 200 degree heat coming off of that. going against the firewall, man, it was brutal. So that radiator is getting rear mounted for sure, with an oil cooler and all kinds of good stuff, because cooling is everything. Cooling means more power, and that's kind of what we're after. So we're still running a basically stock motor. We have our stuff from RPM Powersports. We have our J tube down here, which has been great. Everything's dirty as all hell, but you know, our charge tube right down there, which looks great. All dirty. You can't see our blow-off valve. We even have RPM intercooler. So AM right there, RPM Powersports intercooler. She is looking good. The shop is a disaster, but I'm gonna take this thing out, pressure wash it, and hopefully it comes out somewhat clean. So stay tuned, guys. She's dirty. All right, she's somewhat clean. Man, there's wires everywhere. The tail lights are right here. You can see that RPM Powersports blow-off valve and J-tube. Much more clear now because it's not full of dust, but she's all nice and cleaned up. Not pretty, but better than she was. But now that I've got this here, I want to touch base on something. Is when you're washing your car and you have rugged radios, either intercom, radio, any of that stuff, they are not waterproof. So if you're washing your car, try not to get water in there. Don't spray it directly. I mean, it's okay if it gets wet a little bit, but don't literally sit there with a pressure washer and wash it. I mean, they do have the new one that just came out, the R1, I think it's called, and all that stuff is all waterproof, or M1, or one of those two. But I don't have it yet, obviously, but they are waterproof, completely waterproof. But these ones, if you have the 696 like I have, intercom, they are not waterproof, so they will get ruined. But for the most part, she's pretty clean, and I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna take all the electronics off the cage today, pull that cage off, and then start thinking about design and what kind of new cage I'm gonna do. I think I'm almost gonna build like a, almost like, it looks like a truck. So like I'm gonna build the cage maybe a little bit high, like steeper in the front there, and then drop down. So more of like a truck windshield style. So it's a little up in the front, flat roof, drop down, similar to where this is right here, or I might even just tie it into here. I'm not sure. There's so many cool designs that you know, you could do with these damn things. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm always obviously gonna have the radiator sitting right here, right above this guy here. So radiator will sit right there. I'm gonna build like a, maybe even like a little like shelf wing type thing right here with a storage compartment, and then I'm gonna have the spare tire in there. I think it'll be pretty rad. I think it'll be super rad, actually. So I'm pretty excited. I might do something similar to what that's like, but that cage is going. So if you guys are interested in a Pro XP cage, the one that's on here, she's good still. Never been crashed, nothing. Also, when I'm talking about the cage, I have a lot of people that always ask me about how I tied in my B-pillar. My B-pillar is tied in right down there. So it's tied up right there, goes down, right down there. His is where your speaker mount is, and it sits super close. You can't even fit a cut hair through there. You know, it's so tight. So there's that. It just fits perfectly. We did a good job. Or I did a good job, I should say, on getting that kind of situated and mounted in there, and I absolutely love it. But the new cage is gonna have solid doors. Boom, building everything solid. It's gonna be so rad. I'm so stoked. So stoked. But stay tuned, guys. We were gonna start taking this thing apart. Just hang out if you're interested in seeing what we have going on with this build, or build 2.0. Stay tuned for the more videos to come. But I wanted to, I haven't done a video in quite a long time, so I wanted to kind of touch base with you guys, see where we're at and what's to come. Because now that we have this shop space, we're gonna be doing anything and everything. I have a couple cars coming in next week to get some stuff done on them. So I'm building a bumper similar to my front bumper on his car, and then doing some shock tuning and new springs, and then yeah, should be a rad time. But yeah, I just want to give you guys an update really fast. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video, because we're gonna rip this thing apart, start building some cool shit. So see you guys next time. Woo!